I had completely given up on the idea that I was ever going to lose any weight. I just had never thought that I would ever be slim again. I was fat and frumpy and 50, and that's the way that I thought of it. And also, I just didn't think that anything would ever work to lasting effect. I tried Noom, and Noom seemed scientifically based. It seemed very broad ranging. I tried Slimming World in the past, which seemed sensible if, you know, you do get fed up of a while, but it seemed sensible at least. And I'd also tried faddy diets when I was a teenager, but I was just getting fatter and nothing helped. Also, I've got a thyroid condition. I'm slightly hypothyroid, which means that I put on weight easily. I was feeling lethargic, and it all came to a head when I needed a thyroid operation. And Sue's program seemed to me as if it was going to be more intense. In other words, meeting my needs more than other programs had. I felt them almost immediately. There was a real confidence boost. The way that in the beginning, it's all structured around mindfully, you know, thinking about the way that you eat and having a dialogue so that you can begin to understand what's driving you to eat too much of the wrong foods and what's putting you off eating the right things, and how much better it is to pay attention to how it makes you feel. And that just felt like a win, even before I'd actually done anything with the food at all. It felt like it was going in the right direction, like it was going to be a nice pace, like it was going to take me very personally into account. Again, coming back to the structure, it made it as easy as possible. I thought it was really genius having the buffer zone. Now, if I'm allowed to reveal what that's about, then Eric tells you what the challenge for the next week is going to be on the Friday. And then you decide for yourself when over the weekend you're going to try and meet that challenge and try and work towards what you're meant to achieve the next week. So that gives you an element of choice and an element of awareness of how you're going to do it. So you can decide how, where, and when you're going to do it, and or if you're going to do it, because it's a free choice as well. So it kind of brings it back into the realm of being under your own control and makes it feel more manageable, because you have to decide for yourself that you're going to do it. I like the way that it builds up so that you don't notice the drastic changes that you're making, so that they feel more held. I think that Sue was absolutely amazing. She was just there when you needed her all of the time, either answering little issues that came up amongst the group members on our group chat, and just putting us straight or giving us information. When I say putting us straight, I mean giving information. If people were getting at all any kind of puzzlement about anything, then she would give the right information. I felt that I was being difficult by coming up with lots of problems, but Sue made them all seem resolvable and didn't worry about me coming up with anything at all. She was glad. I feel I've made friends, and I feel I've made lasting friendships, and I've met people I really like. And the way that we check in during the group has meant that a bunch of really lovely people have talked a lot about themselves in a really personal way and really shared how they felt about it all. And there's been a lot of laughter and humour and silly moments, and all culminating in a day out, and I think more to come. So that's been really nice. Increasing my energy, very much so. So the sluggishness that I was telling you about in the beginning has really gone. It's disappeared. I can do so many more things in a day. The really, really noticeable thing is that I wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and really feeling ready to go. And more than that, feeling itching to go in the morning. I'm desperate to get out of bed. I'm holding myself back to get out of bed in the morning. It's amazing to feel like that. Well, I'm never going to stuff my face with carbs again. Never. I don't think I ever will. I just, it's become that the incentive to feel as good as I do, as healthy and vital as I do, has become a greater incentive than having a cake. So I just feel generally much better. I would say go for it. Dip your toe in the water. Just have a chat with Sue and see what it's all about. Meet her and get to understand what it's all about. And, you know, if you've got any fears, just reveal them all. And I'm sure she's got an answer for them. She certainly had an answer for everything on our group. And just see where it takes you, which you'll be surprised. Yes, absolutely. Because if, for example, you're going to invest in going on a summer holiday, um, which is expensive, and if you think about what your aims would be to maybe feel restored or revitalized or have a relax or have some fun, well, that's all over 2 weeks after you come home. But this isn't. This lasts. So I think that's a fantastic way to look at it in terms of in financial investment. And in terms of time, you do need to be committed to it. However, I chose one of the busiest times in my life to do it, and I still managed to squish it in because of the increased energy. With some effort, but I did do it. Yeah. Brilliant.